Refrigeration today is no longer about just cooling. It's about reliability, engineering, and innovation designed around the way India lives. And behind every high-performance appliance is a manufacturing story that very few people get to see. Today, we are at Liebherr Appliances India's state-of-the-art facility at Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar to understand how technology, engineering, and consumer-focused thinking come together under one roof. On this special episode, I'm joined by Kapil Agarwal, Managing Director, Sales, Liebherr Appliances India. Kapil, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come to this big facility here. It looks fantastic. I've just seen it from the outside. I want to start with the very basic question. When we talk about Liebherr refrigeration, what all do we offer to the consumer?
This is the only factory we have in India outside. So Liebherr has 5 factories. One is in Germany, one is in Austria, one is Bulgaria, one is in Malaysia. So this is the factory which we started sometime in 2015. The production is started in 2018, and this is the first time when we opened this factory to the general public. Okay. Here we make single door refrigerator and the double door refrigerator. This year, from June, we have started the production of the fully integrated refrigerator as well.
Okay, what is a fully integrated refrigerator? I haven't heard about it.
I'll show you.
Okay.
So you would have seen the normal refrigerator,
Yeah.
which is a single door or a double door. That's a refrigerator. This is like your kitchen. If you look at this side, this is almost kitchen. This is a counter, and this looks like from outside a cabinet, right? So what happens? It is matched with your kitchen, and when you open the door, it is a refrigerator.
Wow. Brilliant.
Right? So basically, it provides you a lot of flexibility. In a kitchen, you will have all the option of refrigerator. You can have a fridge, freezer, bottom mount, so all kind of combinations you can have. And it's not necessary that they have to be, bunched it together. You can put one refrigerator on this side, another column on that side. So it gives you a lot of flexibility and all the product different innovations which we offer in this. Globally, if you see, the fully integrated is a very large market. So suppose if they sell 10 refrigerator, maybe out of 10, 3 or 4 could be fully integrated. That large is this market.
Yeah.
In India, it came late. In India, it is not even 1 in 1,000. It's only about 15-20,000 odd refrigerator. So far, it was getting imported. Liebherr is the first company to put up a production facility for this unit.
What is it about German engineering that is your main, let's say USP in the market?
See, first of all the products which we are making in India, they are made for the consumer of India, but all the processes we use, they are adhered to the German. So all our quality, test, labs, everything is confirming the German quality. So very small things. So for example, a handle of a refrigerator. So typically there is a refrigerator is a vacuum sealed. It takes some effort to open, but Liebherr refrigerator we offer a lever handle, which is like a feather touch. You can open with a finger. That is what is German engineering. Handle is a handle. But because of the engineering, they have done something unique where it is very convenient for the consumer.
I am very excited to see how your products are manufactured in this facility. Can I have a look at it?
Sure, you're most welcome. So here I introduce Mr. Hermann Ingo. He's our managing director of production.
Okay. For integrated refrigeration manufacturing, this is the first unit in India. Tell me, why did you choose Sambhajinagar first of all?
In India, we started our production in 2018, and this is the 5th facility of Liebherr. So Sambhajinagar was chosen because it's in the Maharashtra, almost central of the country. So logistically, it is convenient to send material across India. Number 2, in Maharashtra, there is a very high supply base of all the components. So that was a natural choice for Sambhajinagar. And also, it's a 54-acre plot. Currently, we are utilizing only about 20 acre. and this is the plan. The volume is expanding, so we put in our fully integrated as well here.
Okay, so from production point of view, Ingo, I want to understand from you. When we talk about German production, there's a certain credibility, a standard associated with it. How do you maintain the same at this Sambhajinagar facility?
First of all, we integrate the Sambhajinagar facility in this quality circle 360-degree system based on 3 pillars. This is the quality of leadership, the proactive quality, and the reactive quality. Then we installed here all processes, machinery, and other technical equipment in the same style like in all other Liebherr factories. We follow here 2 core values of Liebherr. This is highest quality for our customers and our own employees, our key factors. This is the base for this factory and Indian success, we hope.
Fantastic, fantastic. Good to know that. Kapil, you were talking about the fact that this is 50 plus acres of land which is available for the facility, but right now you are using only about 20 acres, which is less than half. So I'm sure that you have some expansion plans and growth opportunities in mind that you are looking ahead to. As far as Indian market is concerned, what are those opportunities?
India is about a 15 million ref market, and it is expanding. So as the per capita GDP goes up, the adoption of the category will be very fast. So we foresee the volume which is there in India will grow exponentially, especially the fully integrated. It is currently expanding by about 50%. So within 3-4 years time, we see at least a fully integrated going at least 10 times from whatever volume we are doing. And the refrigerator, which is single door, and the double door, that is all about more people adapting our brand.
When it comes to topics like accuracy, consistency, long-term reliability, what are the factors that are kept in mind for the product, and how do you ensure that all of them are taken care of in this facility?
All starts with developing the parts. Our development knows all our processes and follows the general principles like Pokayoke and our all joining and assembly specifications. This is the first step for our success. Then we have here high precision equipment and technology, like in all Liebherr factories, from best-in-class suppliers in Europe, mainly in Germany, Italy, Denmark, also Spain, to ensure the reliability in our factory.
Kapil, now let's talk about the global roadmap that Liebherr has in mind when it comes to manufacturing, exports, and innovation. How does India and this facility here fit into the global ambition that the company has?
If you look at the refrigerator business, it is the India which is giving growth to everyone. Even if you look at all the brands, any brand of the globally, they are already present in India. So India is the growth story for everyone. So it's a natural choice that we have a presence in India. We cater to the premium segment. So whether it is a single door, double door, fully integrated, everything is about the premium. So we are expanding in that area. We started production in 2018. All our product which we are offering to the consumer, they are based at a very specific consumer need. So we believe once the overall market will grow, and as the consumer is demanding, discerning consumer, they are demanding special product, we come to their hand.
Kapil, let's talk a bit further about the idea in itself. When we were thinking about building a fully integrated refrigeration facility to be manufactured in India, why did you think about going ahead by building the facility instead of an assembly-based operation?
Again, there are 2 things. The reason why we have taken this decision, it's not a very easy decision. I would call it more of a leap of faith. As I told you, it's a very small market that does not justify a production facility. But as I told you, this is expanding very rapidly, number 1. Number 2, earlier, every brand, India is a part of a supply chain of Europe. So all the products which are made for the consumer in Europe, they are imported and we are trying to sell it to the Indian consumer. When we have a facility in India, all the products we are making, they are as per the requirement of the consumer. And second thing which we should not forget, because of the drive of our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, the Indianization, Indian manufacturing, made in India. So all the refrigerator we were importing or anybody is importing, now there is a law that all the factory has to be BIS certified.
Okay.
Which means if I were to import my refrigerator from Europe facility, my Europe facility has to be BIS certified.
Okay.
That can be done, but it's a bit cumbersome process. When we know the market is expanding by 50-60%, and we can give consumer as per their choice. We already have a facility, and it's a very advanced facility. On the same line, we can make single door, we can make double door, and we can make fully integrated.
Ingo, I want to understand from you that made in India, has become a strategic benchmark for Liebherr. So how do you maintain your global production standards in a facility which is in India? Is it an easy job or difficult? How do you define that?
All starts first with the translation of the global of the benchmarks, the global benchmark to India environment and regularity. The total integration follow. Then we do with local development integrate in the global Liebherr family. So we expand the brain network, expand the knowledge of our local development, and getting the same mindset for to design. In the final end, it's in one sentence, I think we here design fridges in India for India with German know-how and the Liebherr quality mindset.
All right, Ingo, thank you so much for joining us for this
Thanks.
conversation. Pleasure meeting you and knowing from you firsthand what are the innovative technologies that Liebherr is working on. With that, we'll take a very short break here, but our conversation with Kapil will continue on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back to this special episode where we are in conversation with Kapil Agarwal, Managing Director Sales of Liebherr Appliances India. Kapil, now let's talk a bit more about the role that R&D plays. How would you define the role of India R&D team when they are putting together special features like, fresh breeze, hot to cool handle, and even the hands-free operation?
See, first of all, it is not only India R&D. We have a legacy of 75 years. In Europe, we have a library about where there are 305 different food, fruits and vegetable, and what is the best temperature and the environment which is needed to keep it fresh. So there is a lot of knowledge. We take it from Germany. How do we translate that energy to give or deliver the benefit which is needed? We have a very strong R&D team in India.
Yeah.
There are about 40 plus odd people only in the R&D. So there are a lot of things, a lot of work which is independently happening in India. But yes, we are using a lot of knowledge base from our Germany laboratory.
Right. So this is basically an integration of all of your,
Yes.
research coming together for this plant also. Let me now talk about the fact that a fully integrated manufacturing unit that you have set up here in Sambhajinagar, how does it help in reducing the factory to market time for the consumer? What role does that play in the entire setup in the chain?
This fully integrated is not a standalone where you just want to change your refrigerator, you go to shop, buy and plug, and refrigerator is ready. It is a bit different. In this category, when you are conceptualizing the kitchen, there is an architect which plays a very active role. They are designing the kitchen and then you need this refrigerator. The problem is when you are part of a European supply chain, which was the case and which is the case with a lot of brands, you have to wait for 6 months, 5 months minimum for your refrigerator to arrive, number one. Number two, even in that, you are not sure that the model which you want, you will get that one. Because you are part of the global supply chain as per the requirement of the global, because Indian volume is very small in comparison to the global volume. So the timing is 3 to 6 months, number one. Number two, you are not sure always that you will get the model which you want. And thirdly, which is very important from the consumer of India, there are two things, two additional costs which doesn't add any value. First of all, there is an import duty.
Yes.
So we have to pay the import duty about 20%. Second is, when you are bringing that product to India, it is a full unit. So that is another 20% cost, which is the freight. So when you are making in India, it is not only cutting the time from 3 months to 3 days.
Yeah.
Everything is ready stock.
Absolutely.
So the dealer, first of all, they don't have to stock. They can order anything. Architects, they don't have to bother because they can choose out of different combination at any time. So it is time, cost, it's a win-win.
Well, that's a very interesting point that you are raising, and I purely from a consumer point of view want to ask you, for an individual who wants to install that integrated refrigerator in her kitchen, the step would be to have first make sure that I have a big space. Is that one of the
No.
main
On
points?
the contrary, these units uses lesser space than a freestanding. 2-3 things. Number one, the construction of the refrigerator. While in the fully integrated, we are using VIP panels. It's a insulated wall. So one is a thermoforming through which we deliver it. Versus what we do, we are using VIP panels. So if you'll notice, the wall of the fully integrated refs are very thin versus in comparison to a side by side. So number one, that is. Number two, these hinges are different. So it can open at a 90-degree, angle without requiring additional space for a door.
Right.
So space-wise, and it comes in a very standard dimension, 2 feet by 2 feet. So which means you can, depending on the space, you can store 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, and it requires lesser space.
Now, I want to understand from you, Indian conditions are very unique, right? We have brought German engineering, manufacturing it in India. We are doing a lot of work in integrating both the things together and producing a product which is good for everyone. But things like, the voltage dramas that we have in our households, high voltage, low voltage, sudden fluctuations. Also, the temperatures in different parts of the country are very different. How are all of those taken into consideration while making this product?
If you see India, in the last 20 years, things have improved. So voltage is not a problem with any brand. All the product what you get in the market, they are able to take care from 120, 130 to 290. That is not a problem. The bigger thing is the temperature, the climate. Most of the fully integrated refrigerator which are coming from, or any unit which you are any brand is importing, they are not necessarily tropicalized. So the benefit of the tropicalization is, most of the refrigerator in Europe or outside, they are good for temperature of minus to 20 degree only.
Yeah.
But the Indian temperature is about 40 plus. So all the tropicalized refrigerator, they require a separate treatment. So on the wall of a fridge, we put a heater. That's a different technology we use. So all the refrigerator which we are making in this factory, the fully integrated, they are tropicalized.
Okay.
So that is the advantage.
Okay. Now, Kapil, I want to understand from you. I know we've briefly touched about this topic a little earlier also, but this is a big 50-acre plus facility that we have in Sambhajinagar. Only 1/3 approximately is being used. I'm sure you have certain growth opportunities and the potential of expansion in mind. Can you put some figures out in terms of what are your expectations in the coming few years on how this will expand?
From 23 to 24, our numbers doubled.
Oh,
from 24 to 25, it is 3 times. So we are expanding very rapidly. Fully integrated, as I told you earlier, our projection is this volume can go to 10 times, though it's a very small base, but in next 3 years. And it is not only for us. This industry is going to expand. Consumer, the biggest problem they are facing is people are not aware of this product category available in India, because this product is not available across. So there are 40,000 stores which are selling single door, double door refrigerator. But for this fully integrated, there would be what? 500-700 stores only? With the time, with the passage of time and what we are trying to do, we are trying to make this product available all across.
right.
So 3 problems we are solving: availability, awareness, and last is the service.
Now, I want to understand from you the one point that you spoke about, the services part of it, because anyone who's installing this refrigerator in their kitchen would want to make sure that because it's a new technology and traditionally not used for a long time, are they in safe hands? How would you assure the consumer?
So refrigerator is something where you have to put the service network first, not the refrigerator, because you can sell the product, but this is not a plug and play that consumer can take and put it in a room or kitchen. It requires installation. So we have taken a, for last 2 years, we are just putting the footprint in the service network. Now we can service about 20,000 pin codes.
Oh, wow.
Even for the fully integrated one.
20,000.
20,000.
Wow.
It's a big number.
That's big.
So now we have a presence across India, not only the sales, but even the service. And that is something we are going, in tandem. So we identify, okay, this is the state we want to go. First, we create a service network. Then we go to the dealer and we create a distribution network.
Okay, so my final question to you would be, because most of our questions are answered by now in terms of your plans for the expansion of the brand and the product. What does your future perspective look like? What are your targets in short term and long term, and how are you going to really proceed further from here?
See, that it's like gazing a crystal ball. Most of the time, we in other parts or other divisions, the problem is that you set up a target and you fall short. Here the problem is different. We set up a target and many times very difficult to estimate whether we'll grow by 100% or 200%, and then you have to plan the product, the spare parts for that. So for example, in the fully integrated, whatever plan we had for a year, we hit that target almost in 5 months. Now we have to wait for the parts to arrive. So it's a very difficult thing. Sometimes you go wrong till the time we stabilize. It will take about 2-3 years time to stabilize our operation. Then we will be able to say. But currently we are expanding very rapidly.
All right, Kapil, thank you so much for a wonderful conversation. It's good to know from you what is the approach that Liebherr has for India and how you plan to proceed further.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
All right, with that, we wrap up this episode. But in the next episode, we'll deep dive into each and every stage of the manufacturing journey. From processes to technologies to systems, everything is going to be out on the table. Until then, stay tuned and thank you for watching.